All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay in the email this week. So, just got back from our Atlantic City golf trip last night. So, tried to power through everything this morning, and then the change in the flights and everything, which I'll get to below. But you'll have 48 hours to get your bets in for Sunday at Willow Hollow. So, here's last year. This is our ninth Open. Last year at the Manor, we had Mike Toth win first flight, Bill Burke won second, and I love that Photoshop picture there. I think that's a Cuffy special of Laud winning championship flight. All right, if you are here, you will have already seen that link. Well, you would have clicked on the link. Tee times. All right, rules. And just in case, I think there's a couple people playing their first one. Maybe it's actually only just Noah. So we have 18 holes. First flight and second flight are playing the whites, which this is similar to the Manor last year, where the course is just so short in general that I have both first and second flight playing the white tees. I mean, it's only 50-25. Even the championship flight playing the blues, you're talking 55-46 is it was shorter than most of the course's regular tees. So Willow Hollow, obviously, distance is not an issue. I am going with a grip length in the fringe and fairway, and we are going to go with playing it down everywhere else. So, well, I shouldn't say everywhere else. Bunkers, we're always doing rake and place in the bunkers. But the rough, we're going to play it down. Think it should be good enough. There shouldn't be any problems. Willow Hollow is generally in pretty good shape. So there's no gimmies. As you guys know, you have to hit the bottom 18 times. The only non-official rule we don't play is OB, just to keep things moving. And you just don't need to keep reloading. It's dumb anyway. So any type of lost ball, so meaning out of bounds, in the water or fescue, where you just lose your ball, okay? Just stroke where it went in is good enough for us. Everybody who's playing is going to get billed $22. $10 goes to the person your flight, $10 goes to CTPs and skins, and extra $2 goes to live scoring on Scrolf. All right, betting. So you're going to see I will have my odds below. And then, as always, if anybody wants to put in any extra, any type of prop bet or exactas or whatnot, I will not be accepting a hole-in-one bet. Fuck you, Steele. Okay, so past champs. And this is just the Open, okay? It's at the point now we've played in so many of these, I keep the Masters and the Open completely separate. So, like I said, Laudeman, he's not defending because he's not playing in this. He won last year, and this is obviously our first major at Willow Hollow as well. And you can see here, compared to, we've kind of changed this strategies, of always playing harder courses. Where now, I guess Willow Hollow was not elected. That's why it's the Open. This one has is what the wheel revealed. But I was talking to Doug about this the other night. It's fun going to different places. Especially a shorter course like this, which really gives everybody a chance. So Mike Toth will also not be defending because he is in championship this year. And Bill Burke, he'll be our only one that has a chance. He won at the Manor last year, shooting 88. So let's begin with second flight. So I would even actually call this flight 1.5, because for those that aren't playing, the original signups I want to say it was 11 in championship, 14 in first flight, and only 3 in second. And I just didn't like doing it. I think I've done it with 4 before, but 3 just felt like too little. So I kind of rearranged the flights and instead divided it up by 3 into who was actually participating in it. Which honestly, I kind of like doing it this way instead of doing pre-signups. It feels like it gives it a little bit more balanced. So, which I might consider doing in the future. But anyway, so second flight, which I would say, you can see just by looking at the names, is kind of like some bottom of the first flight guys, top of second flight guys. And this is definitely the first time in history of this. I was looking at these names and I'm like, I think they're all, nobody was standing out to me like definitely going to win. Nobody was standing out to me as a long shot. So I'm just taking a stance here and putting all 8 of them at 6-1. I think it's as close as you can get. Even if you look at their average scores, like their average scores are all within like 1 or 2 shots of each other. Their Willow Hollow averages, like nothing that like crazy sticks out to me that's saying somebody should be dominant. If you even look at the, past results, and remember, this is like kind of a little, I guess I would say like skewed because like Gower's played in the first flight, Wynn's played in the first flight. Nick Toth, I'm pretty sure this is his first actually. But like even you have a lot of guys like Mambo and Belts where if I like scroll over and you see like blank spots, it's because they played in the first flight last year. And this is technically like a second flight one. So, but like nothing stands out to me except for the fact that Bill Burke is your defending champ from last year. And then who do we got? Gallagher is coming off a third at Golden Oaks and he won at Iron Valley Masters 2 years ago. But overall, like, I think it's pretty close. Plachko did come in second at Golden Oaks. Yeah, I mean, 6-1 all the way around. There's what I'm paying out for second flight, $40, $25, and $15. So let's move on to first flight, which this is why I'm kind of saying I like the way I did this because when I just started thinking about it, it just looks like much more balanced than previous. So I got 4 people as like co-favorites. Stu hasn't played with us yet this year, but I mean, it's I guess the only first flight major he's played in, he won, which is funny. But he plays some championship flight. I don't think he's necessarily playing a lot of golf. AB's only played 1 round with us this year. It's been a while since he's played a major. He came in second. Jonesy plays a lot of championship flight. Same with JD Barton. So you're going to see like not a lot of stats for those guys playing in the first flight. Then who do we got next? Then I went with Steele and Eli Barton for the next tier. So Steele came in third last year. Eli did win the Masters, second flight Masters. Going down to the next, I got Sav, Jake, and Noah. I made them all 6-1. I don't think anything stands out. Yeah. Noah's debut, Sav or Jake haven't come in the top 3 in any. And then we got the bottom, 7-1. I made Schneck, AZ, and Doug. Who do we have? Yeah, Allen won the Open. No, he won the Masters 2 years ago. And it's been a while since Doug has won one. But this is another one. Like, look at these average scores. You're talking like within 1.3 strokes of each other. So I do think it's going to be pretty tight. Like Willow Hollow averages, JD 71, Stu 71. So like those two jumped out to me a little bit. But nobody's like necessarily like racking up top 3s or wins or anything. So I think it's going to be super competitive. And I really think like anybody in this flight has the potential to win it. Okay, let's go to championship. All right. So championship, I have 4 co-favorites. Steve, Rick, myself, and Pez. I think we're the pretty clear 4 favorites. Like I would kind of be shocked if it came from outside of us 4. Like it did make Puzzy and Jay-Z 7. So like nothing crazy. I didn't want to go like too high like the year Foster won at Fox Chase, but thankfully like nobody bet on him that day. But I mean, if you just look at the results, it is like between us, it is a pretty big difference. Steve's won 4. He's come into top 3, 8 out of 15 times. Okay. And if I scroll over and you see he didn't realize this. He hasn't won since the 2020 Masters at Golden Oaks. He did come in second there last year. Next up is Rick. He's won 3 of these. And this all of these stats are including the Masters as well, if I didn't clarify that. He also has 8 top 3s, and he most recently is the winner from Sugarloaf in 2023, the Open, so he's on a pretty good run. All right, then myself, 3 4 wins, came into top 310. I've been on a pretty good run as well of not coming outside of the top 3 since 2020. My vision just got blurry there. But I won last year at Golden Oaks in the Masters. So a couple wins, couple seconds in that time. And then you got Pez. Pez has played in 11. He's come in top 3 twice. Most recently, he was the runner-up in last year's Open. I mean, out of us 4, Steve, as you can see, like, and I think that's a decent amount of rounds at Willow Hollow too. Like, that's just not a couple. Like, an average is 65.8. Like, he plays Willow Hollow awesome. Rick obviously does too. Pez and I are a little over par. Like, I don't play it as well as other courses, but Pez has like a ton of rounds at Willow Hollow. So, like, long story short, that's why I made us 4 co-favorites. And like I said, I got Puzzy and Jay-Z, who would definitely be capable, but like have not, like, their major records are, nothing really to write home about. I don't know why that's in red, by the way. That should be in black. But 7, because I didn't change anything to red. So yeah, 75, 76. Jay-Z does have a 71 Willow Hollow average. I don't know how many rounds that is based off of. And in our 3 at the end, I had Billy D, Carson, Tothy, all at 10 to 1. Like I said, nothing in like the top 3. You know, Billy's a guy who has played a lot of majors in first flight, so, you know, those are just his championship flight records, and same with Toth as well. You know, just obviously defending champ of first flight. So there's our live scoring scroll. So if anybody that is not playing wants to follow, you can click on that. If anybody is doing the scoring, you know, make sure, one person in your tee time is doing that. I'll have it set up so that the skins come on there as well. And they're ready. They could follow those throughout the round. It finally looks like we're going to get some nice weather, which is great. It's been too long, too much stress. Doug had to deal with it last week as being acting Nas of having to make the decision. And, they lucked out and had some good weather. But it looks like it's going to be hot and sunny. So it should be a fun day. It's a great turnout. Getting 29 guys for a major, I think, is the most we've had in a little while. So that's awesome to see. And yeah, like I said, in hindsight of what kind of happened with the flights being like super weird and then me redoing it post, I kind of liked it. So maybe that's something I'll explore in the future. I just was like, just with being out in Atlantic City Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week, like I was behind in like how organized I like being. So I've been kind of rushing everything and doing a million things. Today, with just being gone for 3 days. But yeah, so the betting's open. I'd prefer that you get it into me today or tomorrow. Like, since I'm a little behind, I know I have it closes at Saturday night. Like, don't text me Sunday morning. But since I am like a little behind, like I would take some bets Sunday morning. So you can do obviously your bets to win. Usually the parlays are for like favorites, but since we don't like have any favorites, like the exacta parlays will probably be like pretty high odds. But yeah, like over unders. No, I mean, I'm done with the super high like hole in one stuff. So and like I wrote above, I didn't read it, but this helps pay for the party at the end of the year and everything. So that's why my odds are kind of shorter, although I think these might be some of the most fair I've done. But yeah, we'll see. Good luck betting. If you're playing, looking forward to seeing everybody on Sunday. I got to keep this video under 15 minutes because this is the free version. So text those bets to me, preferably get them in before Sunday morning, but that's okay if you're not. And I will see you guys at Willow Hollow. So have a great day and so long. Why is this?